Hey, what's going on, everybody? Out here in the shop again. It's my everyday routine. Come out here, work on some cars for customers, and try and get them out the door. Or like that one there is a project, fixing up some things. Uh, but when I get some downtime or when I don't have anything going on, I try and tinker with my own stuff. So we have I'm out here again in the Sea Chaser, aka Chase. We have a new trim tab actuator that has to go on the port side because it doesn't do anything. It just makes a whole bunch of noise and doesn't move. And then we have a Garmin GT54 transducer to go on because this boat, somebody really cared for this boat. They had it professionally rewired, and I'm really excited about that because it gives me the chance to actually work on a boat that I'm not like, oh man, where do these wires go? My last 3 boats I've had, it's all just kind of like trying to figure it out, right? The boat that you guys never saw, but I had a, oh gosh, what was like a 1989 or something like that. I can't even remember. Quantum that had a Force 125 on the back of it. The thing ran. It thing ran, and like, you know, it was my first boat and I didn't really know anything about boats. And I kind of wish I still had it because I think that thing probably would have done some pretty good speed. But had that, did like a minor restoration, you could call it, new carpet and stuff like that. Previous guy just kind of abused it, but sold that, then bought, I had a aluminum boat. It was a 2001 Fisher Marsh Hawk with a 6045 Mercury jet on the back that we used to fish the Susquehanna River. And that it was a good boat for me. I actually just sold it this past summer. On that boat, I ended up redoing the carpet on it, which I went back and forth about, like, oh, do I want to do EVA foam, or do I just want to paint it, right? Because it would be in the river. If you know anything about the Susquehanna River, it's not really pretty, right? But it's a real good fishery for smallmouth. I live like 10 minutes from the river, so we'd go and drop that thing in, and we'd fish for an evening. And sometimes you go out and you catch 5, sometimes you go out and you catch 100. It would depend. But I just felt like it was time for that boat to go. Kind of wanted to get something different for out in the river, so still looking. But I did sell that, and then the other boat you guys had seen, the bin, the 1995 Pro Sports. I picked that up in all random places of Rochester, New York. And it had a 115 Tohatsu on the back, and it ran pretty good until my brother and I decided to, I don't know, jump an oyster bar in a tournament. We were actually practicing for a tournament in Georgetown, South Carolina. Just snuck up on us, and we just sent that sucker, just old Dukes of Hazzard style, and ended up buying a whole nother motor for that, and took that, just the lower unit. Just took the lower unit off of that one, slammed it on the motor, because the motor was good, just needed a lower unit because we ended up breaking it. Fished the next tournament, I think. Maybe it was 2 tournaments. After that, we ended up repowering it with the 1994 Mercury 150 Black Max, which super reliable outboard. They actually race those, and I did a couple things to it. Did fiberglass reeds, intake stuffer, just maintenance on it. Love the way that thing sounds, and mess with prop after prop after prop, trying to get more speed out of that boat. and we just really, the fastest we ever got it to go is like 55, and I think I was thinking about it too much. Yeah, I don't know. Like, messing with props is much different than messing with cars, you know. And I wish it was as easy as like, oh yeah, well, you just change the prop of this and you're good to go. You know, like changing gears on a car. You can change the rear end and, you know, change your RPMs, you know, and then match it with tires and this, that, and the other thing. So, learned a lot with that boat. Learned a lot, and I don't regret any of that, because it was allowed me to become better with understanding boats. Now that puts us here to this boat. Now I got the Evinrude, which some people would say, oh, it's a good motor. Some would say it's a bad. My brother, he's got a 90 Evinrude E-Tech, and he loves it. And I'm just happy that it's pretty quiet compared to the old Black Max. That sucker is loud. I mean, it sounded like it wanted to go 100 mile an hour, but you know, it just, I think that boat's just not really designed to do more than 60. So there's just the hull design. So I'm hoping that we can maybe get the new boat here to touch 60. If not, at least be a little bit more comfortable. It's bigger and heavier, so we'll see what happens. There's not a lot of research out there on these, trying to find info as far as, you know, people squeezing speed out of them or with what motors and this, that, and the other thing. So, but somebody, like I said, somebody cared for this boat, and I'm excited because it's got the NEMA 2000 all throughout the boat. They actually had a Garmin on the trolling motor on the front. I did sell that because it was more of a bass. It was more of a bass boat style trolling motor, and it wasn't really rated for saltwater. So I want to get something that's rated for saltwater. I'd love to get the new Garmin Kraken that they have, but at $4,000, I just don't know. It's a little, and it's not like you're gonna go find one, you know, on Facebook Marketplace, at least that I've found, right? So we're gonna end up rocking the Minn Kota Altera Riptide, I guess it would be technically, but so we're gonna run that. Hopefully it's enough, because it's only a 24 volt 80 thrust, so hopefully it's enough to push the boat around, get the job done. But yeah, the Chase here has a 94 SV on it, so that's why we got the GT54 transducer, so we have side scan. I'd really like to put another one on here, because it'd be cool to have two screens, because all the boat has all the NEMA 2000 stuff, so it has the fuel and the Garmin fuel transponder to know how much fuel's in it, how much fuel we're using. The motor is hooked up to the NEMA 2000, so everything runs through the Garmin, and we get live data as far as, you know, our fuel usage and all that, which we've never had, and will be super beneficial for us with running tournaments, because my brother and I have run out of fuel before, twice. So when your fuel gauge just isn't that accurate, you're like, oh man, like, right? So it'll be nice to have an idea of what we're doing for fuel numbers, and, you know, that way we can figure out how, when we run far, because some of these redfish tournaments we're running, I think the furthest we ran was like 65 miles at one time. And I was really bummed that tournament, because we needed that tournament to make it to the championship, and we missed the cutoff by 1 point. And if we would have weighed our fish, we'd most likely would have weighed somewhere in the 10th area. But we got about 20 minutes back. We were moving. We were doing 55, flying back on the bin, and all of a sudden the boat just made a right turn at 55 mile an hour. And luckily I kept us both in the boat, because what happened is when it made that hard right turn, I held on to the helm and everything, and my brother slammed into me because he was on my right side. And we just sat there and like, what just happened? And here, the one nut came off the hydraulic steering. So, and there was no fixing. I didn't have extra nuts, and I tried we tried a couple different things, because we were like 25 minutes from the weigh-in spot, and we knew if we could get there, you know, we'd be good and we'd make the championship round. But unfortunately, it just wasn't our day, right? So it is what it is. Sometimes you win them, sometimes you lose them. But yeah, so I'm excited for this year. Excited for the new boat. So just trying to get the new boat ready to go, fixing all the little things. I can't decide. I don't know if I should leave the pulling platform or not. I don't have a push pole. The boat came with a push pole, but it was like, it wasn't even long enough to actually fit. It fit in the two of the holders, but it didn't fit all the way up there. So, I don't know what I'm gonna do, if I want to pull it off or not. I think the power poles are gonna hit it. I won't know until I get the jack plate. So there's that. I do have to secure the seat. The seat is not bolted down. I think what I'm gonna do is, it's got 4 holes in the base of it here. Right, so I'm gonna show you guys here. So it's got 4 holes in it. I'm thinking I got some nut certs. I think if I put nut certs in it and then measure everything, we'll drill in, the seat comes up, right? So we'll end up just drilling through and securing that. It is, I don't really want it to be attached to the boat. It is kind of annoying to like have to take it off when I go for a drive or something. And it's made out of this, I don't know what the heck it's made out of, but I think it'll be okay. I actually think it should go this way, if the seam was there, but anyway, so I think that's the plan for that. But I'm gonna stop yapping now, and we're gonna start working on this thing. We got some cable to run. We do gotta figure out what's going on, because the NEMA 2000 there's a cable in the back for the transducer, but it's not connected underneath the helm here where they have everything ran. So I got to sit and figure it out, because I think they actually had the trolling motor hooked up at some point. So actually you can see here the cable's right here. So I just need to figure that out. Oh, that's right. So I'm just disconnecting the cable. I figured out that the this side goes into there, actually from the back. And this is actually the front. They have it wired to be able to use the trolling motor that it had on it for checking things out. But we are not going to do that. We are going to use it for we're going to use it for this transducer, but make sure I don't pull this cable without connecting it first. because they got an extension cable, which is pretty cool. I got it ran to the back here, so I can just actually hook right up to it. But first, we have to run the cable into this loom here. And by doing that, that'll help us out. But I gotta grab a screwdriver. I had one somewhere. Use a drill. Or an impact, I guess is really what it is. So we'll use the impact. Oh wow, that's tight. Woo, that's hot. Got my fish tape here. We're gonna send this thing down into this hole. Try and make it easy on ourselves as far as running this cable. Ah, crap. I gotta grab me some electrical tape. Be right back. I'll take this out before we break it. Alright, I got some electrical tape. I'm going to just take this connector. Let's take this end off because this will probably be easier if we just pop this end off here. Pop this end off. Pop the O-ring off because we don't want to lose that. And we will go from there. Just electrical tape the transducer wire right to this thing. And then just gonna pull them. Just gonna pull them up through like that. Probably didn't even really need to use the fish tape, but it makes things easy. Now I gotta find the end of the line. There we go. So and most people probably just drill a hole and run it through the transom, but as my brother says, let's not create more of a Swiss cheese boat. So I'm just running this cable down through here and then into there. Because, as my brother would say, try not to make a Swiss cheese boat. You know, which he's right. You know, why put more holes in the boat than you need to? I'm gonna lose all my screws here. Yeah, so now we can put this O-ring on here. Put this O-ring. Kind of just sits like that, and then this actually goes like this, goes around it like so. It just kind of snaps together. Move the fish tape. Brought that over and didn't need it. Where's my wire? There it is. And then we're just going to take these two things, match them up. Maybe not. we go. Thread this on there. Okay. So now we can kind of send some of this. So we got a lot because this just we're gonna just go straight down and over the transom with this. We got a lot of cable here, so just gonna push this down through. Have to mount that down over there. Okay, so we're gonna turn power on, and then instrument I think turns the garment on. So I just kind of connected it for a split second. I want to see if it sees the transducer or not. But a little background about me. I guess none of these are preset. Yeah, nobody set these. All right, so I guess we ain't doing that. Go combos. Cool. So it looks like it's seeing looks like it's seeing the transducer. Yeah, it sees it. DT54. Sweet. Sweet. So I tested it. It works. So now we're gonna take this. We're gonna give us a little room. Fish this guy here. Maybe. Go. It's not going in. Plan B. This one out. That's some skill. Whoever stuck these cables in here definitely had some strong hands. Good job about that. There we go. Just gotta find the right spot. Boy, things escalated quickly. As you can see, I got a mess going on. So, I was trying to do that trim tab actuator. Turns out they did not put a junction in back there. It is probably somewhere underneath here, maybe underneath the seat. And unfortunately, the only access is the giant panel in between here. So, been trying to work at this, trying to get the 5200. I'm guessing is what it is. Trying to get it out using the oscillating tool. Finally got the console loose. Console's loose, and can't really see, but it's loose. It's loose. So, but yeah. So stay tuned because this is gonna get interesting. Hopefully I'm right, and that connector's underneath there. If not, this was all for nothing. All right, so I did all this, tore this thing apart, just to find out that the wire is underneath there in a wire loom. And I'm guessing they like, I don't know whoever put the trim tabs on, you know, whether it was from 2007 or not, but they used one whole wire versus what it should have been is a 6-foot cable, right? It should have been a 6-foot cable, and then it should have been a connector on the end, like this has. There'd be a connector that goes onto it, but apparently not. So we are just going to take, the end, we cut it off, and we're just gonna butt connect it together. According to the interwebs out there, it's okay. So we're gonna get some heat shrink. Let me go over here. Heat shrink butt connectors, then some heat shrink, and we're gonna. Don't mind the mess. It's just crazy right now. I need to do better. But this is my Snap-on toolbox. Spent too much money with them. But yeah, so we're gonna get some heat shrink butt connectors. I think it's that size. I'm gonna grab some heat shrink. That goes over that. We'll do some red, some black. We'll do. We're gonna do butt connectors up here. Not sure if they're red, if it's gonna be reds or whites. I don't know. I think they're gonna be reds or whites. I don't know if they're gonna be reds or blues. But grab my splicers. Grab my little melter. Oh, butane torch. Thing's freaking awesome. You know what? Let's grab this too. Grab this too. All right. Let's see if we can make this work. All right, so we got just enough here. Yeah, it's gonna work. We're gonna have to get the old knife out. Yeah, I think we're going to be able to do reds, I think, here. Sure, there's going to be somebody out there saying I ain't doing this right or something. This is how I've always done it. I've wired piles of things. So, I'm going to go with it. So, for those of you out there that ever want to fix your trim tabs, just do it this way instead of ripping half your boat apart. Because then you end up like this. You end up like this with your boat tore apart, and then you just end up butt connecting it anyway. So about to do what I hate doing, cutting brand new things. I hate cutting new things. It could be new and they say you gotta cut it, but I hate doing it. I hate cutting new things. It's like my pet peeve. Everything should just work the way it was designed. But it doesn't. Okay. So, oh, you know what? We need more heat shrink. We're gonna need it to put over. We'll just do it. Twist. Slide it in there. What do I do with them? Oh, there. If there's two things out here that happens on a daily basis that you always end up wondering where things went, you place something somewhere where you just waiting around, is you're always waiting for the lift to go up and down. And you're always looking for something. It just never fails. Set something somewhere, forget where you put it. It just happens. But so here we go. Crimp. Shrink them down. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to double. They say you should double heat shrink, but I'm actually going to like triple heat shrink it. So I'm going to shrink this one down and then put the other one over it and heat shrink it down. I don't think I grabbed the right size. Heat shrink. Shrink it down like that. Shrink it down like this. This heat shrink has some sort of glue in it, so it makes it watertight then. Sounds like we're getting low on butane. Probably could use a smaller size. Alright. I had my son come out earlier and I was like, pull on that wire. I was like, trying to figure it out because I was like, trying to pull it. Sometimes things out here are a two-man job. And luckily he was home, so. All right. Now, the moment of truth. The moment of truth. Does it work? Climb up in the stove here. I didn't even get to the seat. It's backwards. We redo it. Yay. We get to redo it. Apparently, the colors are backwards. All right, so got it all back together for right now. Actually, it will have to come back apart because I didn't put any 5200 on it, but it back together. It's working as it should. Oh, over that way. All right, so she goes down, bring her back up. The gauge is a little off, but she's back up, it looks like. Let's climb down here. Let's climb down here. She's back up. She looked the same as the other one. Yeah, sucks the logo's different, but I don't really know why they did that. If anybody knows, put it in the comments. I'd really like to know why the logo is different. Maybe it's just because of where I bought it. I don't really know. But check this thing out. Excited to run this thing on the water. But anyways, I'm going to take the time to put this back together. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to take it back apart. Because I'm going to have to get 5200 because I ordered some. It was supposed to come today. It didn't show up. Thanks, Amazon. But we are gonna put this back together and I'm gonna just close the video here with this mess because I'm gonna vacuum this out and get this all situated so and kind of there's 5200 all over the place I need to scrape off, so I'm gonna scrape that off. I don't want to bore you guys with that. So thanks for watching and look forward to posting more videos. And I'll see you guys on the next one.